2 more seconds, guys. I'm almost there. Perfect. There we go, guys. Hello. Sorry about all of that. A lot of issues trying to get set up today. Home late from work. Literally just had to stuff my face like in 2 minutes after a quick make meal like of pasta and veg. Then the game didn't want to load. Didn't want to start up, so I had to do a verify integrity of the game. Just behind on everything the entire time today. But hello, welcome back. No, it wasn't an update, Spy. I do know when the bulk dirt should, and I say should because there is a chance that it might get delayed, be here. It says on the news update the 22nd or 23rd, so that's, if it's the 23rd, it's 2 weeks today. Alright, I made my coffees. I literally just finished stuffing my face as quickly as I could. Probably going to get indigestion for that, but hey. Just going to run myself a quick cig. Like after food kind of smoke. Oh, sorry, really disorganised tonight, guys. But how is everybody? Now, I didn't actually get that much done either off camera. Did a little bit last night after the stream. Haven't had the chance after work today. But I did push down the dirt, down that ramp quite a lot. So, may not have been a lot of result from it, but I did get it done. I think I am basically ready now on that ramp to actually start pushing further back. I need like a quick click feature. Right, so we got ourselves 247 gold for 16k, 319 gravel for 8k, 88 rubies for 16k, 44 jadeite for 9k, 74 diamonds for 13,000, 47 magnetite for 1.7, 3 rhodium for $181, 8 bauxite for $375, 11 lithium for $654, and 9 copper for $353. That is it. That's all the monies I made, unfortunately. Go take a look. I'm going the wrong way here, but gives you an idea of what I'd done at the same time. So as you can see, that is almost back level with the wall. So between blasting and scooping, I've gotten most of it. And when I get to roughly about, that's kind of weird, that's even weirder, level with, I think it was that, I can start pushing forwards on the level. Might even do some of that bit on camera, depends on how far I get between this stream and next. Like, if literally I get to that point where I need to start pushing back off camera, I might just do it off camera. Simply because I want it done. I want to be able to move on to the next stage of drop downs on this area. It's going to be a lot of work. It's been a lot of work so far, and so much more to do. But today, like the title suggests, we're going to be pushing into the cliff edge here, trying to get to pay dirt. That way we can at least make some monies. Right, here we are, back in the pit. Let's go. I almost forgot something. I need to put the chute back on. Don't want to be losing out on money now we're on stream. Oh, nice to see that tree didn't grow back. Right, now back to it. So grab some coals so we got some monies. Then block it off with whatever else we pick up. Don't worry, we're still progressing, albeit slowly. Whereas if it was just this dirt area, we'll get nothing, you know? So. I mean, we're not getting 3 scoops out of this each turn, but we are still chewing away at it. Another hot day again. You know, all summer, this is what it's like over here in Britain. All summer long, we've had all this terrible rain and everything, and we're like, oh, I just wish the rain would stop. Now it's September, and the weather's changed for the better. In fact, it feels like it's like midsummer right now. All I want is for it to cool down. That's what everyone's like over here. We're in that middle climate where we're used to the essentially the Goldilocks zone when it comes to temperature. Like spring is what our bodies are best attuned to. Same over there in the Netherlands. Well, that's surprising actually, considering obviously how your weather patterns go. But we just had literally like, it's not even been the occasional torrential rain. We've had rain almost constant, And I'd have to say it's been heavy rain more than it hasn't been heavy rain, like more than it's been normal rain. We've even had a couple of thunderstorms as well, like 3-4 thunderstorms over here. Yeah, it's something like that over here as well. It could, I mean, don't get me wrong, it could be worse. We're slightly cooler here where I am because I'm on a coast than it will be more inland. But it's just been stupid this summer. Really, really has. Might have to get Charlie out in a second. Oh my god, really might have to get Charlie out in a second. Holy crap, come on. Dig in there. That's it. You got this. Crap, he really made a meal of that, didn't he? How was your film yesterday? At least you would have been in an air-conned movie theatre. Personally, I can't do it anymore. Going somewhere like that and trying to watch a film and having the sound of someone open-mouthed eating their popcorn right in your ear because they're right in the seat behind you, you know. Oh, nice, dude, nice. Yeah, OG for sure. Ah, doing it at home. Okay. I really hate the sound of people eating with their mouth open. And it's even worse when it's something really crunchy or sloppy or something like that. And literally the last time I went to the cinema, I had... It wasn't even a kid. It was like a 20-odd-year-old just open-mouthed chewing their popcorn. Almost right in my ear. And that's put me off cinema from that point on, really. going to get a bit more comfortable in my chair here. My back's not had a chance to relax yet from work. There we go. Should still be able to hear me clearly from this angle. Just want to see if I can raise this section up just a tad. Too low for my liking, and I'm going to keep digging downwards otherwise. Restarted your game from level 0. Why? And tomorrow free? Yeah, I'm off tomorrow. I don't work Sundays. So I'm going to chill out, probably, depending on whether one friend is available or both, because I kind of have a standing arrangement for gaming on Sundays with them. Probably one of our shared co-op games, or Baldur's Gate. It's just me and one other person. It would be Baldur's Gate 3. Really liking that game at the moment. But it's a bit too much, I think, for stream or even videos. There's just too much to do. And there'll be so much time when all you're doing is like running around, or you're struggling to get through the same fight for like days on end or something. You'd like to do a different way of playing the game. Fair enough. Oh, did you just kind of power your way through and get bored? See, that's why I'm not powering. That's why I'm offsetting my levels with what I'm doing, the way in this sort of manner. It's slow going, but I'm kind of accomplishing everything all at once, you know, at a slower pace, but it's all getting done. Yeah, it's always good, dude. It's always good to reevaluate, figure out how you want to do stuff. Oh, that's what happens when I drink coffee when I'm supposed to be driving. But I mean, look at me. When I first started playing Gold Rush, right? I started over on Old Arnold. This is before they added drill nuggets in. I started over on Old Arnold 5 or 6 times. Not getting past the halfway point each time of clearing the map, because I was figuring out new ways of doing it. So, you know, once you hit that way that you like to do it, you're set. Until then, experiment. That's all you have to do. Run some tests. You don't even necessarily have to delete your old save. You can just start a new one and return to the old one when you got it down. I didn't even see them on the bucket. You know what, considering that last run was like 2/3 mud, we got 7 grand out of it. That weren't bad. Yeah, I mean, I've done it. I've even done the entire hog pan by hand. I know on some claims you can get in there with a machine. Some claims you can reach over just enough to get a little bit of it with the excavator, things like that. But no, I've done the whole. It took me about 8 hours, I think, 6 to 8 hours, something like that, to do the whole hog pan on Old Arnold. Tried it, planned it, too repetitive for you. Yeah, I mean, I've only done it the once. I tried to do it a couple of other times, but just gave up. I was like, yeah, I just want to get the mobile wash plant out now. These landmines are everywhere today. Feel bad for Charlie, so I'm doing it myself. I know I'm trying to avoid doing that, but sometimes you just got to be like, crying out loud, screw it. So what do you think of the industrial looks there with the fences? Like the proper like production yards, keep out. That's all they're missing is keep out signs. I reckon it should be a variant of it. That if you're going to use it as a fence, it should occasionally like have a sign on it, randomly appear. That'd be cool. I mean, okay, it'd be kind of silly to have it on that side, but and they need some kind of vehicle gate. So don't think the doors on here are big enough for vehicles. It's not a prison look. It's a keep out for your own safety, men at work kind of thing. Heavy vehicles, watch yourself. The only thing that's got in common with, the only two things it's got in common with it being a prison style look is the fact that it's a chain link fence and the industrial side of it. Didn't want to delete too much. So it was at 31 before. That's 9 grand in that one. And again, 2/3 of it was mud. No. It's open fronted for the vehicles to get in and out, so people can run away as necessary. Hell, they can drive the vehicles out, say, like, I'm off to do this bit, hop out the vehicle and leg it. No. I use testicle handcuffs to keep them here. Like electrified ones, remote controls, you know. Testicle handcuffs and nipple clamps. All electrified by remote control. Did you leave your stream running for me yesterday, dude, when you went to watch a movie? Because I had like a constant lurker that was actually showing. And if you did, then I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. You did. Thank you very much. No, not busted at all. It doesn't matter if you're looking at it, as long as it's playing openly on the screen, the view still counts. So, yeah, thank you very much for that. Could you imagine if they added in, like, not dirt piling up on this stuff, per se, but it gets in the cracks and it dirties the thing, and then you have to get like a broom out and sweep it off. What a lag on this one. So much in here. Good time for coffee. So we was at what, 5:40? You like my dragon? Oh, bit of oversteer there. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I am very tempted to just set up a conveyor line just to get this done faster. Less trips, but I don't want to do that if I can help it. I don't mind the back and forth. I just know it's gonna lose people's interest if I don't get enough done. On paydirt, we need you. Didn't want to dig into that at all. I just threw me right off, that did. Did I hit my head on that shovel? On that bucket? So that last one was 12 grand. That can't have just been from that one scoop of coal though. So does that mean we're actually getting some paydirt in the mix then? Doesn't look like it. But even this one, been 8 grand, 9 grand. 9 grand. So maybe not then. Oh, it is too hot. My feet feel like they're burning up. I hate that. I suffer with something called burning feet. My feet feel hotter than they should do. It's something to do with nerves, like the nerves in my body, which, if I'm given to understand correctly, that would be a result of my back pain. Like there, kind of, it's like sciatica in a way. Except it's not pain. It feels like my feet have a fever on the inside, on the an internal fever. That's what it feels like. But I feel, yeah, my feet feel no warmer than any other part of my body if I like put my hands to them. It's a nightmare sometimes. Stops me sleeping and everything. It's too uncomfortable. I've been known to get out of bed in the morning, get like my deodorant, and point blank spray my feet until they're almost burning with cold, just so I can get some sleep. Even that only lasts like 5 minutes. If I'm not asleep within that 5 minutes or so, then it all starts up all over again. It's horrible. I think the condition's called burning feet. Don't spill, don't spill. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted to get my dozer out and just kind of push along the wall on a sideways angle just to try and push some of it over. I'll have to deal with it later, but don't know if I can be bothered, to be honest with you. Okay, now that was weird because it was telling me this little bit here was floating in the air on its own. Oh my god, look at the state of this. bit down here as well. Really proud of you, Charlie. You have not been tearing up the dirt in a long time. Not since I shamed you with that with that short. I don't count that as tearing up the dirt. He kind of broke over the top of him. Can't control an overhang. And ease the day back a little bit and sod it. Light clouds again. Makes it seem cooler in game than it does in real life right now. Oh crap, that was a tough one, that one. Did not want to let go. And once more. That's how you get rid of the voxels, straight into the dump truck. No fuss, no muss. We're going to be seeing it soon. Have to be. Just because the surface says it's a bit further back doesn't mean that's the same underground. And once we start getting that pay dirt as well, we'll start earning a bit more money a little faster. Not to mention the XPs. It would help, of course, if I dug at the appropriate level. I have found, Spy, ignoring that last little bit there, the higher up you hold your bucket, the less likely you are to spill nodes as you drive. You still spill some, but it's nowhere near as much. Beats the idea of digging the right way, of course, or carrying it the right way, but it helps. What am I doing? Wrong vehicle. This one needs to be delivered. Time for some one-handed driving again. What? Coffee's good. And I have fairly large hands, so I can use most of my gamepad one-handed if I have to. Maybe not very dexterously, but I can. take a look, see if we're making any kind of impact. This does not look like pay dirt to me. There's pay dirt right there. That's as far back as we've got to go. I'm going to forego a cold one on this one. I want to push in. Oh my god, spitting everywhere now. I'm trying to be too quick, and I'm making mistakes. I saw it for like a second. I swear I did. Yeah, I've dropped one bit there. So it's in there, it's in the mix. We pushed for pay dirt and we got there. I wouldn't even mind if it's a mix of dirt and pay dirt. As long as we're making some money out of it, you know? Like the fuel expenses. We've got to pay the bills. Not that the fuel costs much money. With all these new settings Christian's going to be adding in, like difficulty and everything, I feel like there should be one to change the fuel price. When it comes in, I might go onto hard mode. I might swap it out to hard mode. We've got a lot to do, and we're going to end up, no matter how slow the money and XP making is, we're going to max out our vehicles before we've even finished this build. I know we are. So if hard mode reduces the XP and money, I'm down for that. I'll take the struggle. But that's not going to be for another 2 weeks yet, so as long as we don't lose bulk mode as a part of the hard mode setting, I'm good. There's definitely a few spots of lighter material in there. Ah. was that? I missed it. I need to be able to keep an eye on the drum at the same time. So I can see if it is spinning still. When it stops spinning, obviously we're no longer processing. I didn't see what that was though. Damn it. Alright. For testing purposes, let's do a single run with the storage on. So that we can see what we're collecting. I need to stop reaching for my coffee when I start driving. I need to wait until I've got it all lined up like this. Now I can reach for my coffee. Although at this rate I'm not going to have any coffee left. I'm going to take this opportunity to roll a smoke. Still feeling a little bloated from the food, but I rushed it down so fast. That was a quick autosave. So, whether you're watching this live or after the fact, pop in the chat or comments outside of what's already been listed in the dev update, in the update logs, you know, the what's it called, the updates to come kind of thing. Forgotten what it's called now. You know, the update plan. Anyway, what would you like to see added to the game that isn't on there or doesn't look like it's going to be on there? For me, as I'm sure you heard me say many times, dirt wear and tear. Like, you drive over dirt, it flattens it over time, wears away at the grass, you know, just makes it more drivable as you go. That's what I would like to see. A breakdown of what you're selling, yeah, that's definitely a good one. That is something I would like to see. I mean, you get a breakdown in a way, but not in the way that you want. Like, it tells you, I'll show you in a second if you haven't already seen it, or for those who may not know about it. Tells you here, so far I've made 10.4 million, but that's not just from selling materials. That's 8.7 million from selling materials or minerals like gold, diamond, etc., coal, whatever I can dig up to make money. but it doesn't give you a breakdown of the individuals. Maybe like if you were to click on that, it would open it up and show you how much of what you've sold. Or whenever a new day hit, no, because you technically you can keep backtracking the time, so you can't do a day by day one, can you? It shows you how much dirt you sold. I've only done a tiny amount. I'm collecting it all. I've made 23 grand from selling lights that I've purchased and didn't need the extras of. I've made $300 where I've repainted my machines and sold the old paint. Nearly 800,000 where I've sold concrete items I didn't need anymore. Same with wood. Same with wheels, you know, when you upgrade the wheels. Same with steel mesh. And then total from selling rock. At least that one at least gives you a tally. No, because I haven't. Somehow I sold 555,000 rock, not gravel. Huh. I don't know. Oh. I don't know. To have it constantly for every node that goes in, it goes like coal, bauxite, coal. It'll get a bit annoying. You're sitting there watching that rather than digging. Maybe like an after action report where it shows you everything that is sold when there's no more ore going into it after a certain time. Like the way it used to tell you you sold this much when it wasn't receiving enough stuff to sell. So it just tells you everything that you just sold in that bunch and then leave it at that. Especially if you've got long conveyors, that will just take forever. There'll be so much of a backlog. Say, alright, let's go back like when we were CTM mining, right, with the belts underneath us. We exploded the ceiling. All that stuff went through the belts into the system, got processed, got well, stored, but now imagine it gets sold instead. You'll probably be waiting like an hour for the messages to stop. You know? And to have too much stuff on screen, you're not focusing on what you're doing. Sometimes less is more. So just maybe like an after action report you can click on to be like, this was your last load. This is what you sold in it. Something like that, but please mention it one way or another. Oh, ooh, ow. Sorry, my back kind of spiked on me there. What do you mean, like to Christian? I don't actually know where the link to contact him for suggestions and everything is. Split suggested I tell him about when Charlie dug up the dirt. But I don't actually know how where I'm supposed to go about doing it. I don't know where his preference for it is. Right, let's see what we're going to be processing here. What we're going to be collecting. It's still a lot more mud than anything else, but I want to make sure that we're getting something in there. Well, we're getting something. Jadeite and ruby, so yes, we're in the paydirt. We are officially collecting pay dirt. Only small amounts, but it's there. Gold. So let's imagine for a second that's roughly where we are right now. Actually, it's something more akin to that, isn't it? This is where the coal patch continues. It goes off over here. This is where we're biting in to get to the pay dirt, right? Now, if I were to kind of go like this at these two, and up and round, we'll be collecting pay dirt. By the time we get back round here, yes, it's mud again, but the pay dirt's getting mixed in with the mud. At that point, it's going to be a constant on the earnings, even if only a little. I was looking up for it. I mean, that tiny amount was only like $699. But it was probably only a couple of voxels. Well, no, it would have been more than a couple, but you get what I mean. My daughter's going to be home soon, guys, so expect some noise. Yeah, it's definitely starting to get some pay dirt in there. I just saw a bunch of it reconstitute. Need to try and refrain from digging downwards if I can help it. It's too much of a habit from Gold Rush because you've got a flat, solid bedrock that doesn't yield. So I'm used to just scraping along it. Well, I mean, at this point I've played this a lot more than I have Gold Rush in a long while. But old habits die hard, you know. I think with the exception of maybe the dozer, and a little bit on the excavators. These vehicles are definitely getting their money's worth out of them. Like the number of times I've had to trot this thing out. Sorry Charlie, you're not a thing. We get it. You're a real boy. Just like Pinocchio. There are no strings, as you can see. There are no strings on him. No. There are no strings, as you can see. There are none on Charlie. And fly away dirt. How the hell is that dirt staying put on a rolling drum? There we go. I hope you didn't suffer any concussions or anything there, Charlie. Given that you're a real boy and all. Up, up, up. Thank you. Don't dig there. Gonna have to pop that ceiling in a second. Which is going to reduce the chances of getting pay dirt immediately, but needs to be done. Headphone users. Explosions in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that happened nice. Charlie's nose getting longer. Well, yeah, maybe that's, yeah, that little bit around the front of him. Hello, daughter.
Did you see my message?
No.
No ice.
Thank you. If there's anything you're going to need washed for work tomorrow, make sure it goes in the drum.
You on me?
Hmm?
You on me?
No.
Oh.
Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys. We have actually chewed quite a bit of this section now, haven't we? It's starting to get quicker and quicker. I think because we're in a lower section of it now. We're not just digging a tunnel anymore. Yeah, there's definitely some pay dirt in there now. You can see the difference. Not huge amounts, but it's in there. It's not just mud anymore. So 584, let's call it 585,000 because it's almost there. We'll see what the difference will be. No escapees. Come on, we need the monies. Well, we've gained nearly 1,000 already. There might be a little more coming through, who knows. Yep, there we go. No, my luck though, that's coal or something. And unclench. I think it's going to look like we're achieving a lot more progress once we start breaking through to the other side of this a little bit, so we can see like the base fully through the hillside. It will just look like we've achieved so much more at that point. So from what I could see, there was no coal, there was no lithium, anything like that. This is pure dirt slash pay dirt, or mud and pay dirt, so that nothing gets confused there. Let's see if we actually make any monies on this. So 87,500. Still at 87,500. Come on, monies. Still spinning, so there's still a small chance. But maybe we didn't get any in that one. Or if we did, we lost that chance. We didn't get any chances, successful chances of byproducts. Don't know why I'm biting in here when there's less paydirt than there is over there, but that was a really nice bite into the hillside, that one. Try and hold on to as much of that as I can. But nothing's falling off. Until I start moving. Typical. If they made something like this in Minecraft, like a successful mining mod in Minecraft for PC, would you play it? I think I would. I mean, I like Minecraft still. I like sometimes just playing the occasional mod here and there. Others I like playing a big amalgamation of mods. Sometimes mod packs, depending on the mod pack. Like I like Stone Block 2. I really like Stone Block 2, like the full automated system you have to make to get it all going and everything. But I think it'd be cool to play something like this in Minecraft if they could get it sorted. It'd be a lot easier to do it multiplayer as well then, wouldn't it? You don't play Minecraft? No? Is that because you've never got around to buying the game, or you just was never interested? I mean, don't get me wrong. Nowadays, I spend months at a time about playing Minecraft, and I play it for 2 days, 3 days maybe. Then I won't touch it again for months. It's just one of those, for me at this point, most of the time it's one of those, I really don't know what to play, so I'm just going to play this. Never interested? Fair enough. It's a shame because there are some mods in there that would remind you a lot of how of the way you have to do things in, say, Factorio or Satisfactory. I want to see what this is like at night. Let me make sure I've got lights on this thing first. I do, okay, that's good. I'm going to flatten the land because I know for a fact that this one doesn't have any lights. That's why I normally stop before anything happens. The constant engine noise there. What time of day? Or night, rather. Let's do it here with the Aurora Borealis. Not the darkest it can get. But there we go. Instant frame rate reduction. At night, I've dropped down 10 frames. And it was a lot more, oh, down to 30 FPS now, and it was a lot more when my automated lights used to come on. Oh, we did make a little money off that last run. Made about $400. I would like to get to a point where, if I can get the right settings, maybe it's a certain setting that's reducing the FPS at night. Let's take a look. Because if I can get it done, I wouldn't mind having an actual day-night cycle. Let's drop the shadows down to crap. No, not really. I mean, it's making it easier to see because I'm not casting a shadow ahead of myself. But that's not the reason for it. shame because look at that sky. Not only that, but of course you get to see the hazard lights in all their glory. So let's call it 88,000. Coffee time, I think. We made some money. So something's definitely processing. We'll just let nighttime continue till it's done. Till it turns itself off. It is annoying that the torch doesn't stay on anymore. It did used to. It used to, then it stopped, then it came back where it would stay on when you get in and out of the vehicles, and now it won't again. Oh, that is weird looking. I like it, but it's weird. Damn it. Bracket angle was well off on that one. Well and truly. Need to do something about these trees before we dig underneath them. Why can't I just place it on the tree itself? And yeah, why not the bush too? Why not? Headphone users, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Flatten out the little mini craters. Give me back what I blasted away, you know. I wasn't doing it to lose dirt, I was doing it to remove trees. See, oh, now I'm deleting dirt. Didn't mean to do that. This is, as nice as this looks, it's taking too long. There we go. Am I on a permanent slope? No. Not really. Oh, I didn't pay attention. Didn't even realise. Ah, no, no, no. Almost tipped the damn thing over then, trying to turn around so tightly. So 89.3. I want to see if we can actually see anything on this one. There we go. That's a good place to do it, hopefully. That was something I didn't catch. It looks like gold. I saw a speck of yellow in the grey. Yeah, that's gold. Missed that one. More gold. We done? Yeah. Wasn't much, but it was definitely there. I think it's time for a save and load to get rid of all these. Just to help reduce lag of any kind, any FPS reduction. Spot of it there, spot there, spot there. That might be what we're picking up. It's hard to tell. It's so small and sporadic right now. See, look, there it is right there. That's below our digging level. That's the problem. Am I digging on an angle? Or is that just the surroundings making it look that way? Oh, run away, run away! Thought the landmines get us. Definitely saw a bit more paydirt then. Yeah, look, there it is. That's what we wanted to see. I think I might have just covered it up. Restored it a bit too much. Oh yeah, that's definitely on an angle. I need to fix that. Lots to do. Little time to do it in. It's always the way though, isn't it? And look at Parker. All that ground. last season, he had all that ground. He couldn't even finish it, could he? Not quite. He had to give up some of it to someone else. No, no. He took it off Tony's hands, didn't he? What am I thinking of then? I swear he couldn't chew through it all. Not quite. I am looking forward to the new Gold Rush season starting up though. Rick's going to be coming back from what I hear. No more army team. Don't get me wrong. A team full of, you know, he took a bunch of his veteran friends who couldn't find work and he tried to give them a job. Good on him. You know, great idea. He just either couldn't make any money on the show or he didn't want to do it anymore, because I think he went off and did something on his own, Fred. So, but on the show itself, no, I didn't really like he couldn't keep up with anyone else. It wasn't really, it didn't feel like he was part of the show. They tried to make him out to be the joke, like the Hoffman. If he'd been an actual contender, I probably would have liked seeing him on the show. I stopped watching Bering Sea after a certain point because that show is less about gold mining and more about drama. I mean, let's face it. What dredges, what vacuum-based dredge can compete with the barge that not only has an excavator on it to dig up the seabed, but uses it for a paddle at the same time? You know? No one can keep up with that shit. So what's the point? Not only that, people are marking their territory with a bloody floating bottle of water, or empty bottle. Empty plastic bottle. I mean, what kind of crap is that? Come on. Nothing ever works on the floating one, on the vacuum dredges. Now, if it comes to dredge, and we're not talking about the normal Gold Rush, for me it has to be Whitewater. Gold Rush Whitewater. Love that show. Not quite as much as the main Gold Rush, of course, but that's definitely in my top 3. Basically, my top 3 Gold Rush shows. Number 1 slot, 100% Gold Rush. The main Gold Rush. The next 2 slots, I kind of hard pressed where to put them. It all depends. Basically, so one of them is Whitewater, but the other one is one where Parker goes to a different country to try and see about getting gold there. And for me, that one all depends on where he is. That one where he was traipsing through the jungle of, I think it was New Guinea, Didn't like it. The Australian one? Yeah, I was on board with that one. I liked that one. So it all depends on where Parker's gone for me. Definitely a big fan of Whitewater though. It's not even Fred or Dustin. If anything, those guys can get a bit much. It's more the I'm gonna go to sleep while I'm chatting with you here. It's more the way they have to go around it, the obstacles they have to face. It's a constant battle against nature, and it's all just bush fixes, constant. It doesn't matter if it's planks to walk on, or they used a bit of gaffer tape. Sorry, duct tape. It's called gaffer tape over here.
It's got.
Sorry?
It's got.
I know it's gaffer tape, Katie, and you can't say crap because you are constantly using American terms. So you can go do one. You even call it duct tape. But using duct/gaffer tape to tape up the suction hose. It's the sort of thing I'd do. I remember back when PlayStation 3 was out and I had one. When they first started introducing the wireless one-eared microphone headsets, you know, just clip over in ear like the old mobile ones used to. The arm that went over the back of the ear broke on mine. So I went through a few different options trying to work out what would be best to get it working properly. Or get it staying on my ear comfortably, you know. In the end, all I needed to do was cut the head off a plastic coat hanger, make a hole and attach it. I'm great at doing that sort of thing. I'm great at improvising crap like that. I've even been known at work when a pipe broke on one of the sink out back where we wash all the trays and things. It was one of the, I can't remember what pipe it was actually now. I think it was one of the main in pipes. But anyway, it broke. Like just cleanly decided to snap itself for some strange reason. There's this like really, I don't know if this is in other countries as well, but it's a form of gaffer tape / duct tape called rhino tape, and it's a super strong version of it. But I just on my break, the bosses were scratching their heads trying to figure out, you know, how we can wash all of our stuff, whilst we waited a day or two for the guy to come out to fix it. So on my break, I went out and I bought this rhino tape. Come back in, wasn't still on my break. Just come back in, went to the back room, taped it up, pulled it all together as best I could, made the best seal as I could by holding it, and just wrapped the fuck out of it with this rhino tape, and it held. The guy couldn't actually come out. He ordered the wrong part originally, then he had to wait for the second part to reorder, then something else went wrong, I don't know what, but it basically took him 2 weeks to come out. And this thing held for 2 weeks. There was a couple of times when it leaked a little, like a few drops here, a few drops there, but it held. I got Employee of the Month for that one, I did. But no, back to the Gold Rush thing. I think the thing that put me off Bering Sea, or started to put me off Bering Sea Gold, was they tried to make it funny as well. Like, there was this one guy who turned up, it sounded like, tried to make himself sound like ex-Marine or something. I don't know if he actually was, but like, wait, you don't even have the right weights? No. Before he even dies, he just jumped off the ship and swam away. Jumped off the boat and swam away. And it was all done as a script. You could see it was. Like, I don't think there's enough exciting stuff that happens on that one for them to be able to record it the way they do the others. Come on, no. I know they're all scripted to a certain point, but not entirely. Like, if stuff goes wrong randomly, something happens, they'll throw that in. Like, they can't script a breakdown, can they? They can't script when Dave Turin decked one of his friends and then quit the team. No. They script certain points, like time of day. We'll go here, we'll do the goal clean out. We'll, do this, we'll do that. But we'll ask you questions, but you've got to answer them for us. But a lot of it, I'd say maybe it's a 50-50, They can't, if it was just scripted all the time, nobody would watch it. The more scripted it is, the less it will be watched, I believe. Like that time when Shaw caught Todd Hoffman's kid jumping from one vehicle to another whilst they were moving. They wouldn't script that, it's too dangerous. Gold Rush with Parker claims and Beats claims feels less scripted. Yes, absolutely, I agree. I 100% agree. Because they've got so much going on, so many different things happening, that there is a much greater chance of stuff going wrong. Or stuff that needs to be, or stuff that's happened, like a huge massive nugget or something, that it doesn't need to be scripted as much. But with, say, his army friend Fred and the guys he was kind of going up against, yeah, I mean, last season 90% of Fred's claim was inaccessible because of a huge sheet of ice that they couldn't break. They tried a few different ways to get rid of and they couldn't. So they did what they can around it. so little they could actually do unscripted on that with them. So the bigger the claims, the bigger the operation, the more shit can go wrong, the less scripted it's going to be. And that's what I like about Whitewater. So rarely things go to plan in Whitewater. Simply, mainly because it's a constant flowing body of water, for one thing. Slightest little thing can happen to change the current, to change the visibility. A small amount of dirt can mean the difference between a clogged water filter, which stops the hot water getting through to the suits, you know. No, I disagree. Oh, Todd. Sorry, Todd. I thought you meant Tony for some strange reason. Yeah. Absolutely. They made Todd out to be a joke from the start. Because he had that semi dumbass appearance about himself. That look on his face, that dumbstruck look that makes you think he does not know what the fuck he's doing. They played on that a lot. Dave Turin, I think it's a different story. If they'd put a Dave Turin around, they wouldn't have scripted it as much. Or wouldn't have felt as scripted, at least. Dave was good. I like Dave. Todd and his dad, bullcrap. Hated them. There was one part in the first season which I would say 100% was not scripted with the Todd Hoffman team, and that was the guy, a guy who left during the first season. They wound up putting him on wash plant duty, on gold wash duty, because he was just couldn't do anything. But at one point he was using a power tool with a spinning blade, like a grinder blade, and he put it down before the blade had stopped spinning. He put it on the floor so that tool could have jumped all over the place. Anything and everything. That there's no way they would have scripted that, because it's too dangerous. This guy would go off and do his own thing all the time. He wouldn't listen to anyone. And I think that shit was real. The season they built the cabins, yes. Not the guy who built them. Because I think that was Dave, wasn't it? No, that was someone else. But, the guy... I'm trying to think. Basically, he was trying to set up the gold wash table. And that really long one, you know. That long angled one. And he just couldn't do it for shit. Oh man, hello dude, hello. We're doing good, man. Biting well into the side of here. Finally hitting pay dirt on here, so we're not just relying on gold. Oh, coal, sorry. All of that's level right now. Ready for the next section. I started to build an industrial fence. I just need to be able to progress on that side of this wall here. I need this pulled back to here, roughly, maybe further. Almost ready to level it off. It's still on a downward slope, but we are getting there. We're just talking about fake, not fake, about Gold Rush, the show. Like the moments that are scripted versus the moments that are not. Do you remember in season 1, old man? Do you remember in the first season on Todd Hoffman's team, there was that guy who was just bullcrap at everything. He put like a power tool on the floor, had a spinning blade on it. Put a power tool on the floor before the blade stopped spinning. They wound up putting him on like trying to set up the gold cleaning table, and still he failed that. He wound up leaving, like getting punched in the head or something. He wound up leaving. I'm trying to think of his name and I can't think of it. But like I said, fake or not, if Dave Turin was in charge, if Dave was in charge of that team, rather than Todd, then it would have looked a lot better. Even if the moments where Dave Turin was faking it, he's good at faking it, you know. Freddie Dodge, didn't like him. I'm not sure, it might have been. I'll tell you who I did like in that first season, but who was fake as crap, was their mechanic. Now, don't get me wrong, he may suffer with back problems. But there's absolutely no way... I suffer with back problems. Not to the extent that he was showing or saying. But I'm not doing the sort of stuff he was doing. So, but if I was to downscale what he's doing, and downscale how he was showing his back pain to be, there's no way I'd be able to do it. If my back pain was up at his level, I mean, everyone feels pain differently, of course, but so his back may have been bad, but he was putting that shit on so much. That time they had to help him get out the hole because he couldn't move his legs. He then walked off to his trailer. I mean, the show says he died. If that is the case, for real, you know, no offence to it. I'm not trying to badmouth the dead or anything. It's just references to the show. Really got penned in there. That was weird. So the money we're getting right now is so minimal. Made like 100 grand this stream, I think. No, not even that. We were in the 500,000s when we started. Oh god. But you can't push through, can't dig out a pit and not make no money occasionally because of the mud, the overburden. When it comes to Todd Hoffman's crew, or well, family, let's say, Mike's the big guy, isn't he? Mike is so crap at you can tell with him, like, it's not all real. You can tell with him what's real and what isn't, what's actually happened and what they've told him to do, because he can't fake it for shit. Kevin, occasionally you can tell the difference, but he is a little better. Monica, she's a bit harder to suss out in those moments. Oh, old man, did you see the short I made for the out of ore, like, you've been frame style moments for the machines in this game? You liked it? That's cool. I didn't get the number of views I was kind of hoping it would, but it still got a decent amount for what it was. Hold on, it's going to do that anyway, so let's have a look. 90 views. Can't remember when I published it now. It's been shown in feeds 301 times. Wednesday the 6th, so 3 days, 90 views. So that's not bad. Gonna get yourself a drink, you'll be back. Oh, coffee. Good idea. Pour me out a fresh one. If you ever want to do anything like that on your channel, old man, let me know. And I'll show you what I did to adjust the resolution down successfully to the resolution needed for that sort of thing. If you have like a really funny moment in a game or something, take note of when it is. You can download the, oh, if you still got the upload file, yeah. Although you'd need to do some editing, and I know you don't like to do that. you like to upload it as is, don't you? You like to be real. I think it's safe to say I've been digging on an upward slope. It's not easy to see, but so this floor here, is all level, okay? So that is half, 2/3 my height, this floor, okay? And then here, it won't show me, but when I was in the vehicle, you can see kind of like how far up we are. We'll find out for certain when we break through. Try overcompensate or something. End up digging downwards as a result to avoid the upwards. Oh, old man, have you seen the update news about the bulk dirt that was released yesterday? We have a date, an estimated date, but a date nonetheless. Oh, my chair's caught on my headphone wire. Every time it pulls on it, it disconnects the sound from the headphone port and comes back out the speaker. So I'm like, has it actually broken it this time? Ugh. No, you didn't see? Well, the estimated release date is the 22nd and 23rd, or 23rd. So if it's the 23rd, that's 2 weeks today. Yeah, let me show this again. I did show it yesterday, but for anyone who missed it, the upcoming update, Dirt and Drive Lines, which is supposed to be drive trains, if I remember correctly. Yep. Will be slightly changed into dirt and general improvements, as we want to take a different approach to implementing the new handling and gearboxes, etc. And we really want to get the dirt update with the gameplay options out without dragging on for months. We do need a couple of weeks to test this update, but then I estimate it will drop on the 22nd/23rd of September. Thanks for being patient. What we are working on and testing that will be included in the update: improved dirt handling, improved dirt lock, manual dirt lock, optional bulk dirt, gameplay options. Gameplay buttons are now marked. So basically, it's like if you use a control pad, instead of it saying generic button blah, it will say the correct button of the gamepad. Control hints now actually show what is mapped to them. Improved visual design to make contrast better. Michael, hello. So yeah, lots of stuff, lots of improvements in 2 weeks' time. Really looking forward to it. Really excited to have bulk dirt back. Oh, well, in case I forget, old man, because I am very, very bad with dates. Happy birthday. I'll preempt it for you. Mine's not for a couple of months yet. I messed up that turn very, very badly. Works perfect, satisfied, will be boring by then. Oh, the game. I am very excited to get bulk dirt back. I really am. And if... I can't remember. I know there's going to be like a hard mode. But I think you can also slow down the money gain. Either way, I think I'm going to go for one of them. Basically, I can see us having all the big machinery ready before... Like we'll have the final stuff all before this is all done. So if I can slow it down a little bit to help it tier with my building a bit better, a bit more. I mean, slow enough as it is the way I'm doing it to tier it that way. But if it can be done even better that way, then yeah, great. I'm all for it. I don't want to just power ahead and get everything and then get bored, you know. Probably not. When this big update happened with the leveling and everything, you were still able to play your old games. Even the money, like the money was a physical item. If you sold that in the shop, it got converted to what it is now. On the old saves, you had all the machines you had, but you started at level 0. Or level 1 or whatever, you know. So, just it being like dirt controller and other basic improvements, no. Highly unlikely you'll need to restart. The controller is going to be the same. What they're doing with the controller, let me show you. So right now, generic USB controller button 4 and generic USB controller button 2. It's going to be changed so that that will actually say Y button and B button, which is what I got it set to. That's what that means. That's what they're doing to the controller. It's so hard to tell if this is on an slight upward slope or not, but I think it is. Oh crap, that was a bad port. I wasn't paying attention. It's like, it looks level to me. Maybe on a slight incline in this direction. It's just really hard to tell. I suppose there is a way you can find out. Let's go get Gramps. See, I got my controller set up. My controls for digging are almost exactly like in Gold Rush. For the control pad. The only exception to that is in Gold Rush, when you want to swap the excavator from drive to dig mode, you press one button. I think it's R3. Like you click the right analog stick in. But in this, you have to hold a button down. So I've got it set to a pedal. From my steering wheel. God, I forgot how loud this thing is. Right, before we actually do any of that, I'm gonna go sell this because I'm gonna turn off autosave. If this goes poorly, I want to be able to revert to a save that works. But if you load up a game, any voxels, it doesn't matter if they're in a truck, on the floor, they're gone. You've lost them. Your controls are set up the same. Well, yeah, I mean, except for I don't want to be holding down the middle click on the click on the right analog the entire time I want to dig with the excavator. To be honest, I don't want to hold down any particular button on the control pad to do it. So I literally just put my foot on the pedal and let gravity do its job. No muss, no fuss, you know. It's all easy mode that way. Or as easy mode as it can be. Being that the bucket or the excavator doesn't spin the way it's supposed, doesn't move as quickly as the rest of the machine, so it kind of messes you up a little bit, or me at least. Right, so that is by, oh my god, get up there, byproduct of paydirt. It looks like they can still knock you around. Ah! No! I was trying to see if I could send some flying. I don't know why. Definitely getting a bit more out of it now than we were. A lot of dirt in there. There's over 450,000, nearly 460,000 voxels of dirt in that container right there. Right, so settings, autosave off. I'm going to save game and then reload it because I can't remember. Sometimes I think you have to, in the autosave interval, like if you change the interval won't change until you've loaded the game. I don't know if that works with the off as well. Hello, spy. Not like you haven't been lurking most of the stream, is it? Just making sure I didn't miss anything on chat at any point. Thank you for the likes, by the way, guys. I appreciate that. And if anyone hasn't seen it, whether it's anyone who's watching now or after the fact, go check out my short. I made like a little kind of you've been framed thing going on about where the machines mess themselves up somehow. It's a little bit of self-publicity right there. Make sure there's no lumps, no bumps or anything like that. That's going to screw me over while I'm doing this. Is old man doing good? Doing good with what? The game? Something else? His birthday? His course? Or do you mean just in general? Like, oh man, you're right, kind of thing. That was a bit too low down, my bad. My fault. Hands up, it was my fault. Probably going to get a tree growing there now. See, I can't tell if this is because it wasn't level or because that first bit dipped me down. And then it goes and does that. It's like, how can you not push that little bit? It's a lot easier using it in Gold Rush. I mean, look how screwed up that is. Then all I'm doing now is smoothing it, and it's just deleting it as a result. That looks less level. That looks like you can see the slope on either side. Like it's only this tiny little bit in the middle that's level. But you got a yeah, flat blade. From this angle, it looks like it's curved at the edges. This looks better than that does. Let's go back to what we were on then. Go back to where we were. Let's revert. And it looks like it needs some work. The dozer, definitely. The dozer is not where it needs to be right now. The best thing about the dozer right now is the ripping tooth. And even then, I think, like, this is the biggest one you can get, the biggest dozer you can get. And I feel like it needs the rake ripping teeth. Like, you know, like, where it's like 3 of them, side by side. At the back. So you'd have this one here, then you'd have another one here and another one here. I've also got a ripper tooth. It's not equipped to it right now. Normally I call this thing Jack, because it's interchangeable heads, it's Jack the Ripper, because it has a ripper tooth, all that sort of thing. Madam, don't forget, your stuff from work needs to go in the wash. But right now, with the drill on it, it kind of looks like a... Sorry, that was my daughter. Kind of looks like a dragon, doesn't it? So I think it's quite funny. But yeah, that's got a ripper tooth as well for the higher aim. I would try the grader, but it's such a high level for the grader. That's so silly. At this point, you need roads, right? So why is the grader so far up the list? I'm missing something. I forgot to grab Tay-Tay. We're going to chat then. Maybe. I mean, we can only hope. Batteries need changing in my gamepad. It's alright, I've got some spares. Right here. Ah, the hell do you think you're doing? Did I not go far enough back? I hate that when you don't realise how low your bucket is. I need to get that ceiling in a moment. If you remember what this area looked like originally, oh, that was a bad pour. Like, this is that strip of coal that goes all the way down here and then tapers off round the corner over here. You actually realise just how much I've pushed this back. It may not look like much, but it, unless you stop and think about it, at which point it's like quite a bit, especially one scoop at a time. Try and raise this up a little bit so I'm not going downhill. It's hard to tell. It's so hard to tell. Like the perspective. I hate doing it in this view. It looks level from here. But even that kind of, the perception is a bit off, you know? Yeah, so you can see I've pushed it back quite a bit, haven't I? Like one scoop at a time. And it's not just been that, of course. If I'd only been focusing on this bit, like with the off-camera stuff as well, I'd be so much further back. But you can still see that I've done quite a bit, despite all the off-camera stuff I've been doing in other areas. Right, headphone users, fire in the hole in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's not me, that's doing it on its own. Wait for it to settle. Well, I mean, I am and I'm not. There's some coal that goes off over there as well, off to the side, and that's where I've been digging. I haven't really touched much of this, and I won't be until that bit over there. The pointer with this thing doesn't work as well. Is brought back. Then I can start. Basically, let me show you. So off camera, I'm going to continue pulling this back. When it gets to about here, if I remember rightly, it's going to level off instead of being downward slope. I'm going to keep going back until about here. At that point, I can start mining away at what's underneath all these slabs here, because this is going to be dropped down 2 sections. That middle bit's going to be dropped down 1 section. The back bit's going to stay the same height, but I'll have a way of driving up and round. So at that point, what I'll be doing, instead of this, that will be down here at the bottom of whatever the level will be, and I'm either going to drive to the edge, drop it over the edge, probably using an excavator, like digging up, dropping over the edge. Might have something like this set up down there, I'm not sure yet. But this, or might have something like I got at the back there, where the front end loader drives up a level to drop it in. But the front end loader will then be scooping. That's what I want to do. I want, when I get to that point, even here, when the cliff edge reaches a high enough point, the excavator is going to be ripping up the dirt and the stone and whatever, or the ore patches, whatever they are, and the loader is going to be scooping it, because the loader isn't technically a digging tool, it's a tidy up tool. At the moment, it's not very feasible with the height differences and so on. But once I get to that point, that's how I want to do it. It's just getting there. stuck. Come on. Oh, we're making monies. Though there is a snatch of coal in there as well, so maybe that's what that's coming from. It would be nice if they could do it so you don't have that waiting period whenever you get into a new machine. Okay, I can see the incline there. See a slight incline there from the way I backed up onto it. Going in that direction. Hold on, my phone's just bleeping at me for something. Don't think it was charging properly. Something wrong with my charger. Wow, we were quite quick with this one. It's only just, unless a random node fell in, we just saw the end of the processing. It probably was a random node fell in. So Spy, are you going to be delivering the dirt like I am, or are you going to be long conveyor lines? So I don't mind squashing it down here because this is just mud. Well, no, it's not just mud. There's other things underneath, but... Oh, I saw it then, like a little upscale there. Oh, wow, what the hell's going on with this one? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. If you, I don't feel like it matters if you lose voxels. Given the size of the map and the fact that it's an infinite depth, that doesn't really matter too much, I find. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it the way you want to do it. It's just when it comes to potentially losing a voxel here or there, that doesn't bother me. Look at it, spilling all over the place. I don't care. The only thing that I care about with the spilling is when it pops under your tyre and it makes you spill loads more all over the place as a result. That's the only thing that bothers me. You see, what I plan on doing, you know how I'm gonna, on this section here, I'm gonna be sorting the different ores as best as possible and they're gonna be dumping into dump trucks. I'm gonna have hoppers underneath the dump trucks so that when ore spills over the side, it gets picked up by the hoppers and then put back into the system, and it'll keep going round and round and round until either there's room in the dump truck or well, yeah, until there's room in the dump truck, basically. If the dump truck's full, it will spill over the side, go back into the system. If there's no dump truck there, it will fall straight down into a hopper and go back out round into the system on a round and round cycle until something's collecting it. So when it comes to full dump trucks, I'm not going to be losing anything that way. Although, that being said, when bulk dirt turns up, that idea might be out the window. Because last time we had bulk dirt, when a dump truck was full, anything else that went into it got deleted. Because I used to use it to collect, I used to use dump trucks to collect and delete excess dirt. Don't know if you remember that or not. Well, no, because I'm going to have a minimum of... So let's see here. No. So there's going to be one for coal. Well, there's definitely going to be one for gravel. Yeah, gravel. I can probably sort it out so that gold, diamond, ruby and jadeite go into another one together. Then the magnetite, copper, bauxite, rhodium, platinum and lithium will go into a third one. I'm not sure how else I might be able to do it off the top of my head right now, but at bare minimum there's going to be 3 different rock trucks collecting stuff, and I've got to make enough space for it to be the big ones. Ready for when we get them. And it's not like you can pick and choose. Like, the only way that would work is the hoppers would have to pick it up and put it through a second sorting system. I can. The way I've said it, I can. So basically, dirt and pay dirt will go through here, be sorted out to pay dirt. Pay dirt will go down through the wash plant. Then I will put a trommel on the end of the wash plant. No, I don't even need a trommel, do I? I can just turn this corner now off to one side to deposit the diamond, jadeite, ruby, gold into a truck. Okay. Then the ores come out the top of this, or the other slot of this. The trommel thinking. So how do I get coal? Sorry, hold on. I mean, the way I'm doing definitely has a way of doing it. I'm just trying to figure out how I've got coal working right now. The coal would wind up going in with the gravel. There's no way to separate coal and gravel from everything else. Not that I can think off the top of my head. So there'll be 3, not 4. Right now. It'd be nice if we can customize the sorter to sort things in a certain way. Like we can say, only sort the coal, only sort the gravel. I only want gold to come out of this top one. Sorter sorts everything else. All nodes give only coal plus paydirt. No, there's no. The sorter doesn't say. Sorter and the trommel, neither of which has coal in the name, in the description of what it does. So no. Magnetite, copper, bauxite, rhodium, gold, diamond, ruby, platinum, jadeite, lithium, and everything else. So, like I said, I can divert the gold, diamond, ruby, platinum, and jadeite. Sorry, gold, diamond, ruby, and jadeite before it gets to the trommel. So I can send it off to one side before it gets to the trommel. Then the coal and the rock have to go through together. There's no way of separating them. So they'll go through the crusher together. Crusher will turn the rock into whatever it is, and then the fractionator will do its job on that, which will then create all the rest of the stuff in here. Then this can send like the magnetite, the bauxite, the platinum, the jadeite, the copper off to another side. That's number 2. And then the gravel and the coal will go off into number 3. Yeah, I know it does. But that's at least 3 dump trucks that I need to set up space for the big versions of. And I also need room to be able to drive as well. To be able to stop like this, to reverse. I might end this off a little early tonight. Do one more load. Pretty tired. But you see my thinking though, don't you? And then when each one of those trucks is full, I then have to drive it up and round there, all the way round to the sell point. That's my idea anyway. That's why I've made such a big area. The middle section is where all the sorting's going to happen. Probably going to be a spaghetti junction up there, but... But with trucking, with people wanting to truck pay so much, it would have made sense to add in, even if he only done it now on this dirt update, like the ability to change what the sort of process is. I mean, I know he can't do everything at once. I get that. He can't please everyone. He's trying to, but he can't. It's impossible. Everyone's going to want this. Everyone's going to want that. And I get it. And I'm not demanding anything. I just think it would be a nice option, a nice way to do it. I mean, I don't make games. I don't know how feasible that's going to be. Might be difficult to do for all I know. Hell, just by adding that, it might be easy to add in the option, but it breaks a lot of the game for some reason. Alright, so this is the final load, guys. We're going to watch this process, and then we're going to end it off for the night. God, I saw like a 20 FPS then as I was reversing that up. Oh, we're not getting any. Oh, there we go. I mean, I know the. Oh, that's an idea. I could technically double up with the coal and gravel one. I don't know. Basically, if I can stick like we're done? Okay. Let's have a quick look, see if I can do this before we quit. So let's say we have a truck underneath us somewhere over here and one over here, right? Roughly speaking. Or sorry, one here, one over here. Now, if I can get a hopper directly over, or whatever the damn thing's called, the dropper, the chute. If I can get it directly over the top of this, you hit that and split down in two different directions. If, however, it has to be directly over a square bit like this, then I don't know, I'll do something along the lines of Put it on here. I'll have to do it a bit higher up, but... like that, and then I'd have that split underneath here somewhere. Or something to this effect. You get what I'm trying to say. I'd find some way of doing it, but you get what I'm trying to get at. So I could probably double up on the output of the trucks that are going to get a lot of stuff in them. So that I'm not constantly having to stop to drive them. Right, there we are. Alright guys, well, thank you very much for watching. Whether you stopped on by during the stream or watched it afterwards, I appreciate it either way. Please don't forget to hit that like button and feel free to leave a comment. If you are a new subscriber, please don't forget to click on that bell icon and make sure it's set to notify everything. Otherwise you won't get told about my streams when I schedule them. And I look forward to seeing you all next time. Have a good night guys, stay safe, sleep well. Goodbye.